Good morning, folks. It is 6:38 a.m. Wednesday, July 12th, 2017. Welcome to dun 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 coffee time, coffee talk. Had something just move over there in the corner for a minute. Excuse me. When you start becoming more, when you start waking up more and more, becoming more and more aware of not only yourself, excuse me, of not only yourself but things around you, then it's pretty neat. It's pretty interesting. You'd be surprised how much you're never really alone. Excuse me. Anyway, yesterday, I keep getting work done, even though I'm leaving. I've talked about that, how I've gotten stronger. My brain, even though my body's just really falling apart, and I know I have some rather serious pain coming. I actually have a date. As personal, there's no need for me to talk about it. It's not long from now. No big deal. Once you've been accidentally doused with gasoline and lit on fire, everything's a cakewalk. I can literally see part of myself that's inside, but yet able to move around. It's free, but it's part of me, and it's a little concerned about things. I saw it, started talking with it. Excuse me. Actually, to put that properly, it was already starting to talk with me, and then I saw it. Now I'm talking with it, but knowing who I'm talking to, what I'm talking to. Of course, as you get stronger and wake up more, you see frequencies. You know who you're talking to. When you go to see him again, you remember. It's like, that's not possible. Yeah, it is, because you do it. And then once you're to that point where you can do it, you know you did it. It's like right hand, left hand, you know. All of you are more than you've ever thought you could possibly be. I say that for a lot, and it's for a reason. I'm really tired today. I got to sleep really early. I never sleep during the day. I don't think there's 8 times in the last 12 years that I've actually been able to sleep early in the day. Excuse me. But yesterday, the part of me was working on my head so hard. I even looked at Deanna. She was having a bad day. She was not in a good mood. And, you know, with all of us, that comes and goes. It's part of being stuck in a body. And for Deanna, it's exceptionally hard what, you know, she goes through. Being, she's source, very powerful source. But she has more of the field of animal essence than she does anything else. And here she is in a human body where people are eating animals, and, you know, she doesn't, but most people do, and that's enough to drive a person nuts right there. And as we all know, life has plenty more surprises. So, anyway, I was working on, that part of me was working on my head so hard. I've talked to you before about feeling like you have a spear going in your head. It doesn't happen often. It will to some people every once in a while. That's when a very strong physical change is being made to your brain. Okay? I literally felt like I had a huge girder from a skyscraper going right through my head, right into it. I mean, it's just, it's not painful but it knocks you out and you can't do anything. I've never had that before. So I had to lay down kind of early, and then I kept getting up. You know, it was, what, 8 o'clock or something? I never go to sleep by then. And I only get 4 to, at the most, 6 hours sleep. I've always been like that. Anyway, I don't... I'm talking about myself in this because there's information there I want you to have. That's why I do that time date stamp. It seems silly, but it's not. It's going to be relative to a few people. So I'm like, oh, this is when he said this. This is when he said that. No, if you're trying to understand something about how I've gotten stronger as I waken up, how I see things a little differently, how I change, if you have the time date stamp, you can put that together and see more about how you change. Nothing's any better than anything else. Okay, what I am is incredibly strong. All of you are very strong. Okay, that's all. We're all family. We all came from the first being. Excuse me. Got a major excuse me, got a major sniffles right now. This citrine, I pulled it out for a DVD I'm doing, or a set of DVDs I'm doing for waking up. This citrine is so nice, and right now I need a little more focus and Amazonite. That's rough Amazonite. I like to take a stone and put it on my head, and it's not because I want to feel the energy, it's because they're cold. I feel the energy like this when I want to feel it. I can actually just leave the stone there and go to it and feel the energy. Excuse me, a lot of you do, but what the hell, I'm lazy. I want to have it right here. Tell you what a fun stone is. This is one piece of it. This is a stone called Ammonite. Okay, it's something that's been around a while, like all stones, been here a long time, but it's starting to be noticed. Okay, and it's called this, called that, whatever. Where I get it from, it comes from northern U.S. Okay, this stuff is awesome, and when you hold it and relax, my energy is floating. The energy in your core starts floating. When I look at you, when you hold this energy, it almost starts moving around softly, not breaking up, but softly releasing more of itself inside your body. It's almost like angel energy that's in a body, and angels and other people that have little angel spirit inside them. Actual angels have never had a life, but some of you have angel spirit inside you. There's a good few of you. Timothy Palmo Jones out in England. He's Essential type of Essential. I'm not going to go through specifics, but that's Essence and Angel mix. So, but Ammonite helps you emanate. Your energy just kind of move around, softly start releasing itself in the body. I put it in the shamanic journey sphere and a couple others. We've listed a lot of the stones on the website that we actually put in the spheres. Not all of them. I want you to have an idea of some of the stones that go in there. Dan is so busy doing so much stuff with the paperwork, and when you want to buy something, she's got to put together an order, then send it to you, and to get the pricing, look up the shipping. So it would take, honestly, 7 people. Take 5 people working way too much to get this done, but 7 people could do it. in an 8-hour day. Excuse me, 8-10-hour day. But see, the people that have to be able to crank stuff up too, that's people have offered to help, and of course we appreciate it, but it can't be done like that. In order to be involved in this business, it's just me and Deanna. We'll just leave it there. Anyway, so yesterday when I met this part of myself, I was trying to get this video, excuse me, set of DVDs finished. I had to finish it today. When I buy these t-shirts, I buy a few of them. Sometimes you'll see me in the same t-shirt 3-4 days or something like that. People like, doesn't that guy ever take a bath? Yes. I've been knocked out so hard before for like 2 days in a row where I couldn't hardly even get up. And Deanna had to, you know, Deanna always helps me feed the animals and stuff outside, all the cats and all. But I couldn't hardly even function for 2 days. That's hell. Try to get up and walk, and you go to fall, but you're always able to grab something. You're literally, when necessary, your body will be taken over, and you'll be taken care of. Same thing happens driving. Don't try driving drunk. Don't count on that to bail you out, okay? I'm not saying you won't have help. I'm just saying don't count on being bailed out. Or anything else, something worse. Anyway, so I was talking to myself yesterday, and I was pulling the part of me outside, inside and outside. It's kind of weird, but anyway, it was really pushing me to hurry up and take off, finish this video thing I was doing to stop it, and then finally I got out of here. Had to go a couple places, and then I went down to a Taco Mac near the house. And I sat down and had something to eat. And I had a 6-ounce beer, and I had a drink, and my big, huge glass of water. And that's not enough alcohol to give me a hard time whatsoever, especially when it's over 2 hours. I was probably there longer. I started talking to a couple gentlemen there, really nice. One gentleman was a computer programmer. The other gentleman just came in, and the folks down there know me, and I gave this young lady down there a stone. And I laid it out on the counter, and I said to the guy next to me, the computer programmer, he said hi, so we started talking. So I said, watch this. She's going to pick the stone up and like it. So I put it out there, because her energy and the stone's energy mix is a piece of this new Rhodonite we have. It's really cool. A lot of it has pieces of crystal in it. So anyway, it's not quartz crystal, but it's Rhodonite, but it's crystallic, and you can see through it. Parts of it. Anyway, so we started talking about stuff, and he's really interested. So we talked with him for a while. Then the gentleman to the right of me, he was really wanting to know what's going on. He says, not to be rude, but I'm listening in. Could you talk a little louder? Anyway, I'm happy to get people started, but at a certain point, you know, I need to break away. I don't feel good. I'm not physically strong at all, and I need to get back to the house to lay down because I was really feeling rough. But we talked anyway, and I was trying to these people were totally unaware of any of this stuff, which is like everyone else, almost everyone else. I say almost because the other people I've talked to, and you know, that they're aware. But other than that, there's almost no one's aware of this stuff. Of what's really going on, and people that have bought the books I put out. I wanted to tell them, look, I got to go buy the book. They're the books. But they were good questions. They're good people. I didn't want to be rude, you know. Good guys, both of them. And the gentleman to my right was, he was older than the other gentleman to the left, not as old as I am, but you know, he'd been around a while. From everything our minds have been told, from everything from family members to friends to stuff we've read to stuff on TV, yada yada yada. We're pushing a certain thought process. There's religions, there's this New Age stuff, there's whatever, all these philosophies. The spoiled little child syndrome of the lawless act of attraction. I want it so I can have it. Wow, really? Anyway, there's so many wonderful people, and especially in the law of attraction too, that they just want to find an easier life somehow. They want to find a better life. Well, they won't find it there. But they have to find this stuff within themselves. And it's not by pushing yourself to try to be a different type of person. It's by relaxing, opening up, and understanding who you really are. Okay? There's a big difference. Big difference. So anyway, we were talking, and it got to the point with the gentleman to my right, that we were talking about eternity. And the thought construct that he had developed by what he was influenced by gave him an issue with what I was saying about eternal. I talked about spirit is eternal. He goes, okay, so it lasts forever. And I said, yes, unless it really screws up. There is one thing that can literally destroy spirit, sentient energy. It can destroy energy. He said, well, wait a minute. And he was very polite. He was trying not to say, wait a minute, you're contradicting yourself. He said something else. And I understood what he said. He was wanting to learn. The guy was really cool. Yeah. And I said, well, if something is eternal, if it's left alone, then fine. But, you know, something eternal, it can be destroyed too. Heavy matter. Now, I guess that can be eternal as long as it's not, excuse me, grabbed and turned into something else. It could beat itself up and hit more pieces of heavy matter, heavy particulate matter, hit other pieces of itself and break pieces off. But spirit, sentient energy, is eternal. But that doesn't mean that it can't be killed. And he was having a problem with, wait a minute, it can't be eternal if it can be killed. And I'm like, yes, it can. And so there you have to, when two people are talking, you have to come together with an understanding of what the word eternal means. His definition of eternal didn't fit with what I was telling him, but I told him nothing but the truth. That's all I ever do. I can make a mistake, but I never lie to anyone. But that's the truth. Spirit goes on eternally, but it can be destroyed. So if it's not destroyed, it's eternal. If it is destroyed, it's not eternal? No. Something is eternal when it has the ability to last forever. The things you've been taught, the things you've been that have been beaten into you, folks, if you want to be yourself, you got to let that crap go. You've got to release it. You can think it. Sometimes you see those nice wooden bridges that go like this over a river, small river, you know. Imagine yourself on the top of one of those bridges. Nice stream, green grass in the side, and then white wood bridge or natural wood bridge. go to the top of the bridge and take the thought process. Think of it as a leaf, and then you hold the leaf off the bridge over the water. You release it. The wind takes it. It hits the water, and then the stream takes it downstream, away from you. So it's not an issue. And then know in your head that as it goes farther downstream, it finally sinks and gets caught up against some other rocks in the bottom or a log or something, and it slowly is deteriorated. The water slowly tears it apart. You throw a water balloon at a rock, the water balloon's going to explode, the water's going to fall away everywhere. But a river will eventually cut a rock. Water's powerful. Anyway, so it was hard for him to get past that, and I had to go. I was tired and I'm sick. I don't feel good. Sometimes I get cranked up with a lot of energy to do videos. Excuse me, and then immediately after, it's gone. And then Dean and I might have to run down to the store together for something. We'll go, and then all of a sudden I'm perked up. Or maybe I got to go myself. When it's time I talk to someone, I'll be talking with them. But then as soon as I get away from them, my body goes back down. That's me cranking up my body physically so I can do something. Right now it's not. It's just standing there looking at me. Waiting. And that's good. I mean, I understand what's happening and why. When you understand, the more you understand, the easier life is, man. It's a whole lot easier to deal with. As you grow and become more aware, excuse me, I'm just having some really bothersome issues with my throat. I'm not being messed with. It's just my throat. I've got 2 different forms of lung disease. Blah, blah, blah. I've said that too many times. I tend to repeat myself a little bit. There's different people coming in, and I just talk. A lot of people that listen to me actually enjoy that. It's just talking. It'd be nice if I could talk to a couple of people at a time, but then again, it takes more out of me, folks. You know, I've said it probably 100 times this video, but I'm sick. I don't have a lot left in me, the body. My energy, I've never been this strong in my life. My actual energy, not this body's energy. Check this out. This is some Rhodonite. Is that cool or what? This is beautiful. You dip it in water. It's really nice. I'm not going to take time to do it right now, but this is how it is rough. Some of the stuff has some really nice crystal inside it. Anyway, so the whole reason I got sent down there, in a way I sent myself down there, but it was another part of myself. It wasn't really me. I've had parts of my energy going to different crystal stores and literally start moving stuff around. People turn around, look at me, I just walk out. Just walk out. One lady looked at me and she goes, "I know that was you." I said, it was my energy, it wasn't me. When I use my conscious mind to move something, then it's me. It's a different part of me. I just left. Telekinesis to the physical body is not possible. A lot of people, oh yes it is, and I read this and I read that. Good for you. Love you. But you're wrong. How dare you say I'm wrong? I don't give a damn, you're wrong. But, you know, whatever. Not going to argue the point. Not going to give you a hard time about it. See you. I hope you have a kick-ass day, and I mean that. And if you need help, call me. But you're wrong. whatever. I usually only say it once and then just leave. So anyway, that was important for me to be down there for a few different reasons. Both those guys are really cool. The guy, the computer generator, the computer programmer guy, he's pretty cool too. He's got stuff coming up. Both of them are solar plexus, which makes it harder to understand stuff. The solar plexus, though, man, you see through the scanner, and that's the strongest sensory perception part of your brain is the scanner. You can really go out in space with that thing. Pineal, you see, don't go out as far. It doesn't naturally go out as far, but it does go through a lot of different dimensions. So you go farther this way. But with the scanner, boom, this dimension, you can really travel. I had a lot of sleep last night. Anyway, so I just wanted to, it's part of why that happened was for me to make this video this morning, was to meet them, talk to them, open up their minds a little bit. They'll be led where they need to go to find out their own truth for themselves. And as I told them that, I said, I help you find your own truth. But this other gentleman, the one gentleman to my right, he was already searching. And that's why I have an issue with stuff on the internet and everything. There's so much crap on there. Everyone knows that religions, not everyone, almost everyone is starting to wake up, is realizing that religions are full of crap. All of them. All your books, the Torah, Quran, the Bible, just full of crap. A couple good words in there, the rest is crap, whatever. It's nuts. It is. But that's what was made to happen. Things are changing now. Folks, this isn't just an important time in your life. This is an incredible moment in the history of creation. Not just in the third dimension, even more in the second. The other side, where you live when you're not in the body, which is supposed to be most of the time, 1.5 feet to the right, 3 foot up. Remember all the people that have talked to psychics, and they say there's a silver strand coming from your body, and it goes up a little bit off to the right, and it goes up about 2.5 feet. 2 feet, 2.5 feet, a couple of feet, whatever. Well, go 1.5 feet to the right. Go 3 foot up, do the hypotenuse. There you go. And it's silver cord. Why? Because it's source energy. It's the field that attaches you to it. I mean, when you first find this stuff out, it's exciting, but, you know, it's not to me anymore. I'm just trying to hurry up, get something going. I gotta find some AC for Deanna today. Her Beamer, she's running around with that out AC, and she's Spanish. She's got she can take some temperature, but she was living in Miami, I think, 18 years or something. But man, that's just too hot. I don't guess it'll happen. I don't know. I can't tell you. Everything depends on how things move. But it'd be nice if Danny and I could go split and go down to the ocean. So that would be nice to have a break. She loves the ocean big time, and I do too. This life, I was born in Long Island, New York. This amber's pretty cool too. I believe it's black amber from Brazil. Amber, you know, it's a plant product, and something real negative can put its energy on the stone. It's coming right off. You don't have to clean it; it cleans itself. Why? Because it's not part of it. This is planetary essence. It's very strong. Okay? It's coming off. Amber energy can stick in it. So that would need to be cleaned. How do you clean it? Well, what I always do is the amber that we have. The amber is nice because it allows your energy into it, and you wear some. It's very lightweight. You wear it. It starts putting your energy. It's like an energy vault, a reservoir. Your energy starts going into it, and it helps you. It can help you relax. It really can. And if you're having a time when you feel really weak, you're sick or something, you put it on, some of your energy is going to literally be going back into you. Okay? Once it's cranked up by source spirit, that doesn't have to be me, anyone who's source, once they crank it up, that'll stay in there. It ain't coming out. Now, there's room in there for your energy too, but that source energy stays in there. Anything negative tries to get near it, ain't happening. Okay? People that are spirit outside the body, or people that have more lower frequencies, or they're more negative about things, you can take this and put it on a nice piece of selenite, and the high vibration will push it away. What you might want to do is put it on a piece of selenite with a piece of unicornite next to it. This stuff, they call it peacock ore. There's actually the two names for the different types of stone that have this energy in it are bornite and chalcopyrite. So some people say that chalcopyrite, but by a different name. Hey, pineal, tomato, whatever. Okay. So anyway, that's kind of nice stuff. So if you're going to get somewhere, folks, you have to release the old way of thinking, which is not easy. You have to stand in that bridge and just let it go right into the water. Water will take care of it. Let it go into that stream. If you make that physical affirmation, good chance it's going to it's going to work for you. And if it doesn't happen the first time, try it second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever. Just take your time. But when you do something, make sure that's what you want to do. Make the affirmation you're doing that, and wait and see what happens. It'll be pretty good. All this information I've given you, this is to help you become yourself, but it doesn't tell you put tab A in slot B. It helps you become yourself so you can find things for yourself. And that's how you, and the only way how you, will develop your own truth. The books are for more information. The hard part's trying to relax. So, excuse me. Coffee burps. All this stuff you've been told is incorrect. So then some people might say, well, then how do you know? What's so special about you? Yeah. I'm the thing that got rid of the original first being male and female. They can't mess with this. The original first angels, they're gone. They can't mess with this. So now you're free to understand it. Here it is. Here's the information. It's what it is. In many ways, it's a big thing. As far as I'm concerned, it's like, at this point, having finished going through it, it's like having cleaned up a broken bottle of ketchup. If you could read some of my personal logs or listen to them, I mean, it'd be pretty funny what you hear me say. I expect people to think I'm nuts, the majority of people, but the more people are awake, the more they start waking up, especially after I crank them. They start understanding. And when you're like that, for right now, you pretty much feel alone. That's okay. You're not. Don't forget, as you feel like you're a little bit alone, you start realizing there's more other people out there. And a lot of you, especially with the DNA crank-ups and other crank-ups, you're getting more and more visitation, folks popping in. Some people that were already awake were seeing all kinds of stuff. And then crank them up and hit them hard and release their energy to flow and everything. Next thing you know, they're just stuff everywhere. And they're just like, holy mackerel. I like that. That's cool. And there's still people running around saying that's not true. That's not true. They're mostly solar plexus oriented. It's harder for them to see, understand, and feel things. They're not broken. In many ways, they're stronger. But they have to be able to use a scanner. They have to relax and open up. A lot of solar plexus oriented people say, I can't feel this. And he says it happens. I can't feel it or see it, so he must be lying. No. I'm strongest, and this body is strongest in the pineal area, in the pineal energy field. My heart's strong as hell, but my pineal is really strong. So, could be that my heart is stronger. I don't know. But I know my pineal's strong as hell. So, I talk about what I see. Used to see things for people all the time, and I still see things for people, but that's starting to fade away. Just like this body. My energy output is off the charts. My physical body energy and its functioning, nah. It's all but completely fallen away. Good. I want to get the hell out of this body, man. I don't belong here. I did what I needed to. I have really important stuff to do elsewhere, so I need to go. All of you have what you need to become yourself. Number one, you have yourself. Number two, you have the desire to want to become yourself. And number three, I've given you all the stuff you could possibly want. It's at thespiritualfoundation.com. You have those three things, you will wake up. You are yourself, so you have that already. As long as you have the desire to wake up, then you know where to get what you need to help you. When you start to feel stone energy, or you hold it, you see symbols, something's going on. You know something's real that is considered unreal. So that helps you break the barrier of, this can't be true. There's no such thing as energy in a rock. And then all of a sudden you feel something, you go, huh. I'm sounding like I'm making you stupid. No, I'm not. How do you think I felt? First time I picked up a stone, I felt the zap. I said, oh, cool. That's neat. What the hell? I've told this many times on video that if I could go back 10 years in time and meet myself and say, hey man, this is what's really going on, this is what you can do and everything, I'd look at myself and I say, hey man, that's cool, that's awesome. Here, try in this nice jacket I have with these real long sleeves with buckles in the back. When you get that reaction from people, just remember as you were waking up, you were receptive to it, but you didn't have any faith that it was real. And that's going to keep changing. Okay, well anyway, that's enough for now. an old saying or whatever, something I started saying a long time ago. I don't know how old it is. Mind like parachute does not function when not open. I was thinking of Confucius talking about an open mind, and that just came out of nowhere. I'm sure other people have said it before, but it was just funny seeing it for myself. It doesn't matter who was first about something, it just matters that you get there. You travel a road to get somewhere, to go on vacation. It doesn't matter you're the first person on a road, that should mean nothing. What should be important is that you reach your destination. Everyone's in not everyone, it seems like everyone's in competition with everyone else. There's no more difficult way to try to wake up when your conscious mind is engaged. You have to let it go. You have to relax. Anyway, y'all are going to be fine. If you have the patience and the desire to wake up and listen to this whole video, you're going to be fine. If you're for the, I don't know, there's only about 3 or 4 hecklers or something I have out there. Nothing really important. Who cares? I'm not worried about them. For the few people there are, there's so many people that come for the information. You will find out, and your children will find out, and their children will find out that I gave you good information. What matters most to me is that I did my job, that I gave it to you. So, what you do with it is up to you. Have patience. Don't stop. And enjoy the ride. And remember, you're using your just small teeny pieces of your natural abilities while you're stuck in a body. You take a tuning fork, smack it real hard, you hear that beautiful sound, and then all of a sudden you immediately put it in a jar of oil, car oil. That high frequency goes down to nothing, okay? It slows down the vibration. Same thing happens to you when you go in a body. And only a teeny little piece of yourself, but the strongest part of you is what goes into a body. So you can't access who you are. You can't be who you are. You're covered in tar. But it's more like you're 10 foot under it, floating around the middle of a huge sphere of tar. People want to talk about ascension, like you've heard me say many times before. Ascension is when a body dies and you get out of it. I'm going to ascend. If you think you're going to just all of a sudden turn into nothingness and fall out of your body, or even your body disintegrates, ain't happening. You better have a flamethrower. Jump in an oven. I'm just raising my vibrations to a higher level. Be positive about stuff. Relax and become yourself, and you calm down. Folks, try to find a way to let go of the past influence on what you've been told. Relax. Go inside yourself, okay, and have an open mind to see what you hear and feel. Once you've done that, once you can connect with the spirit guide, or an animal spirit guide, human spirit guide, once you connect with something, ask them about what I've left, and they'll tell you to go to it. Chances are they're the ones that brought you here. I'm not better than nothing else, but my information is important. This is where it is. It's for you to use. It's like a library. A library is not this, oh, great library. Wow, this library thinks it's cool. Wow, this library costs so much. No, you have a card. The information I offer on YouTube, which is a ton, is free. Products on the website, they're a little expensive. If you go to a nice high-end stone crystal store and you buy some damn bright, it's going to be close to the same price that you pay from us. The difference is it's not cranked up. You look at the John of God, you look at any John of God crystals anywhere you can find, look at the price of that. They're beautiful crystals, but sorry folks, God ain't in them. What people call God was the original first being, male and female, and they're gone. There's never been a double. You didn't need one. You had the original first being, male and female, that demanded your praise in and out of body. Sad, really. But the more you wake up, become aware that you're more than you thought, the more that you start to develop your abilities, you're going to see this stuff for yourself. Someone can say that stove, even when you turn it off, it's hot. And you'll say, yeah, right. Then you go touch it and you learn. Okay, now waking up isn't like that. But once you know for yourself, you know for yourself. And then you have your own knowledge, your own understanding. And the more understandings you have, the greater your wisdom. Which means you know better than anyone except the person that you were before you achieved that point. We can be better than who we were, moving forward, improving ourselves, but we're no better than anyone else. None of us. Folks, love you, man. Take care and hope you have a kick-ass day. Well, I was in the process of getting ready to render the video, and I realized before I did that, way before I did that I forgot to show you something. I talked about some of this nice rhodonite. This is some that's a little darker, or there's less quartz in it. Here's a piece that's a little darker. There's some that I have that's actually, Dana has actually, that's darker. The dark color is strength, gives the heart strength. Someone's sad, you give them some rhodonite, it gives them strength. And then the black stone, part of the stone, actually gives them strength, fortitude. It helps them hold their heart together. Personal power of the heart. And then the pink retains compassion while you're doing so. This heals hearts. Okay? Give them some rose quartz. If they're really bothered, they're going to break down. Okay? You'll probably put it in someone's hand and they start crying. Now, I told you about some of the other rhodonite that we have now. With a lot of crystal in it. Take a look at this. Let me get this where it needs to be. This particular piece has a ton of quartz. It has a ton of crystal, excuse me. So does this. That gives the heart feeling more clarity. Now here's another piece that has more in it. Deanna's about to put this stuff on a website. We'll get the picture up there first and she'll do all the fine tuning. There's so much work that is involved that you have to go through to get stone on the website and then get it to hit the little pieces and everything to where she can show you more of what we have, and then you have to do it again to do it for the phones. One app is for the regular computers on the internet and the other one is for the phones. It's a lot of work involved. And you have to take time to breathe. So, anyway, see you later.